this is a bit of a weird video, but I just wanted to talk about it because it's kind of concerning that law always takes a while to catch up with technology, right? You know, we see that with AI, and we saw that with revenge, PORN, and now we're seeing privacy laws kind of like, you know, in certain countries are very strict, but others I feel like they're still taking a while to get there. Is teachers, not all teachers, some teachers obviously, recording their students. Like, I see clips of, you know, them recording their students, just their voices, them in the background that are talking, but other teachers just straight up record them, just share them online to a bunch of strangers. Again, there's like this, like, I don't know, I feel like it's a moral thing, an ethical thing that you as a person should know not to do, even if it's legally doesn't really have a standing ground. I feel like if you know, I know the internet is filled with any type of person, because the internet doesn't have, like, you know, it doesn't take a registration of who you are and just looks you up and be like, oh, okay, are you a good citizen? Are you a good person? Have you, like, what are your crimes? No, they just, you know, you're just on here. And so putting on children and teenagers to a bunch of, like, it's one thing if a parent does that, and, like, you know, some parents are taking a while to understand what safety is, and some parents really don't know. But I feel like if you're a very young teacher, if you're like Gen Z, you know that there's weirdos online. So there's this person, I'm not going to show him, like, completely. I'm obviously not going to show the girls because they've been sharing the video everywhere, and I'm like, I feel like these girls deserve their privacy. But basically the video is, he's a teacher and he's getting his braids taken out by a group of girls. There's, like, I think there's 4 or 5 girls around him unbraiding his hair, and he's recording it, right? And so it became a big debate online, specifically on Twitter, where I see some people being like, oh, it's just like community, a sense of community, you know, a sense of, like, if this wasn't recorded and it was just something that they did with their teacher, there wouldn't be anything wrong with that. And then there's some people being like, this is incredibly inappropriate, these girls should not be, you know, in his hair and braiding his hair. And here's the thing, I didn't really have, my problem when I first saw that was, why are you recording that? Why are you posting it on TikTok? If you really genuinely wanted to create this, like, you know, moment of, you know, community, or have the girls want to practice on your hair or whatever, I really don't know about that, right? That is up to the parents of the girls. That is up to what they deem, you know, appropriate or not. But why record it? Why record it? Why uploaded it? I'm assuming, I'm taking a big assumption that those girls' parents don't know that they're being shared on TikTok. And so I didn't really have an opinion on the other stuff of if it was appropriate or not. I was just like, let's stop uploading kids online, especially kids that you don't know, kids that aren't yours. And again, if you're a parent and you put a kid online and you are told what are the risks, and you still do it, there's, like, but if you are not that parent, if you're not, you know, like, let's stop recording random kids, let's stop uploading random kids, you know. But anyways, so then I see a development, okay? I'm scrolling on Twitter and I see this guy, they reshared his video because he's on not Instagram, he's on TikTok, reading the, I guess, text messages or emails from his students, being like, now these students are teenagers. They look like they're probably, what, 14 to 16? Like, they look young, right? And so your brain isn't fully developed until you're 25. You don't really understand. That is why there's a lot of, you know, restriction on how kids interact with adults, especially adults who are not their family. You know, you kind of teach how adults should act towards you when you're a kid, and kind of understand what stranger danger, what things aren't appropriate, right? So kids don't know. Kids don't, like, sometimes, yes, kids will feel a little bit weird about it, but if it's someone who they trust, they won't think it's weird, right? And so obviously they're texting him or emailing him being like, we're so sorry, you know, it sucks that people spun this. Oh, because he got fired. I forgot to say that. He got fired from his school. And so they're emailing him, assuming that they're emailing him, being like, oh, you know, why do people make it seem so weird? You're just a good teacher. And here's the thing, again, that really was like, you just got fired from your job, right? You just got fired, and you're saying that this is completely not inappropriate. This is just, you know, like a normal community building, you know, whatever. right? Why, if you are supposedly crying, because he's like, you know, it looks like you can hear him crying, but you can't see him crying. Why are you recording? He literally has the podcast microphone in front of him. What? And he's reading this. Why are you doing this? Why are you exposing these messages that these kids are sending you? Why are you crying on the internet? Why are you like why is this, why does it all this seem like this was all for clout? Like, why? Like, there wasn't no, like, if you I don't know anything about his intentions, right? So I was like, when I saw this video, which is really weird, I was like, if you truly had good intentions and they just turn out wrong, because sometimes that does happen. You can have good intentions and things can still turn out badly, because just because you have good intentions doesn't mean it's good income. You could have come out, well, I guess since you uploaded on TikTok, you would have to come out on TikTok and be like, I'm so sorry, it was inappropriate, I should not have recorded them, I should have, you know, talked to their parents, I blah, 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 blah. But for you to just come out, like, if you were talking on a podcast, crying, and it was really weird of what is inappropriate if you, like, and I saw teachers being like, oh yeah, I'm from this country, and in my country, the rules are very strict because the laws are very strict. You cannot record kids. You can't, like, you can record, like, they, you know, I see teachers do like fit checks in their classrooms, or like watch me like decorate my room, but they never show their kids. And I think in a lot of parts of the world, they really need to start, you know, get with the program. Obviously at the same time, I feel like it is good because people are exposing them themselves, because if not, these kids probably wouldn't have seen anything wrong with it. And if it had just stayed like that, innocent, like, again, I don't know, that's up to the parents, right? But if they had really thought that it had been an innocent thing, and the kids probably thought it was really innocent, wouldn't have recorded or uploaded, no one would have known. No one would have known until one of the kids would have just shared that they were like doing their teacher's hair, and probably the parents would have been like, wait a minute, what? Anyways, people also talked about how it was only girls doing his hair and not boys. I really don't know about that. You know, I don't know the context. I'm just sharing the fact, the whole, like, what people reacted to it, then the video of him crying.